Okay, this is the Myrtle Beach skyline in the distance. We'll just zoom in a little bit so you can see it. I'm at the Prince Resort parking lot. We have the sun setting, of course. I'm going to grab my iPhone here and give you some of the numbers. Whoops. So the moon set tomorrow morning should be down towards the coastline from this vantage point in that area. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see tomorrow morning. I should have that capture going on as well. Job 37 talks about the sun being in the midst of the clouds. That's what I notice. Do you believe we live on a spinning water sphere or a stationary level earth? Remember, there would be no level anywhere in this world if it were spinning, wobbling, gyrating, wobbling. There are apparently well-meaning people from their own perspective that are deceived on this matter. So what is the truth of that? And how will you recognize it when it's right in front of you? How will you be able to see it? So the x-axis is the left to right on the horizon, and there's no curvature there. Whatever distance that is out there at the vanishing point, I'm not sure. What I do know is that where the sun and the moon appear and vanish, and their duration of visibility between one another cannot be adequately explained by the heliocentric, sun-centered Greek god planets, moon missions, fake moon landing. We're coming up on the 20th, or I'm sorry, on July 20th, the anniversary of the moon landing hoax. We didn't go to the moon, and this whole deception it's a global deception that encompasses more than the shape of the earth. It encompasses world government that is deceiving and manipulating humanity. So what I'll show you here is with my compass reading. Let me bring this up. Right now the moon is at, well, you can see it, 170, 168 south. At this point, take a look at where the moon or the sun is setting. Now, this morning I'll show you where the sun rose from, appeared over the coastal preserve. So one of the landmarks in the view is the Bolino House, right over the, let me see, 58 Northeast is where it, I believe, showed up this morning. Makes sense. And now, from this vantage point, you can see where it would be, right? 10 feet of elevation. Well, I'm more than 80 feet in the air here. Sometimes the data isn't accurate. So with navigation equipment and air travel, we've had very important people go down in planes. Were they accidental, or did somebody corrupt the data or something? Did artificial intelligence recognize the threat in an individual and take down a whole plane by sending it into a mountain, taking over the controls? We've got documentaries of some planes that have AI on board, artificial intelligence, that basically took over the controls, crashed planes into the ocean, apparently. They got grounded, and supposedly they're fixed, some of them. So the duration of visibility between the sun and the moon is an interesting number that you can look at. And the sun and the moon are about the same size and about the same distance from the Earth away. However, they're running a different course above the face of the Earth. I'm gonna back up real quick and show you. Okay, setting over there and rising over there. The moon, on the other hand, is setting there, or rising over there and setting over there. So they're running two independent paths over the face of the stationary level Earth. I wanted to mention too that we don't have any, I kind of joked about this. Hey Bob, cue up the spinning water sphere clip so we can show our audience. No, the closest thing that we have to that is the science fiction of the International Space Station, or supposed satellite imagery. It's a lot of fakery going on. Just wanted to show you the flat water and the aerodynamics and reflections and all of that that's going on right now. So tomorrow morning, from this vantage point, I'm planning on being here to show you the sunrise and then the moon set. Looks like we've got a jet in the distance. Sometimes it's pretty hard to focus on objects in the midst of clouds. So not only can we not find the curvature that we would supposed to be able to see, that we should be able to see 8 inches per mile squared, the reality that there's no upside down in relationship to one another, people and stuff, like on the bottom of a spinning ball. Think of all of our interaction with water. You take a shower, use any of the restroom facilities, and the water just seeks level. The water seeks level in the water cycle of the world, evaporation, condensation, and precipitation in all its forms. So do you know how much a gallon of water weighs? It depends on the temperature, because the temperature changes volume and density. That small variant drives the water cycle of the world. Enough variance and we'll have ice, snow, sleet, fog, hail. With coal, natural gas, solar, nuclear, we have steam created to move turbines, and then there are dams and reservoirs and dams that move turbines. Waterfalls move turbines. Water cleans the world. It cleans our world as well, our bodies. So I'm bathing in highly purified drinking water, reverse osmosis, carbon filtered. There's drugs in the water intentionally, and just because it's hard to get them out. Some intentionally, as in the form of fluoride, sodium fluoride. You can look it up. I've got documentaries on my liked videos. There will be a rollout of 5G. It's happening right now. It's weaponized frequencies. It's also used for operating and interconnecting autonomous weapons, autonomous vehicles, smart meters. AI can shut off the power grid wherever, whenever God allows it to. So imagine if we had a massive or selective power outage in different locations in the world. They could say it was a solar flare or an EMP, and you know, right now here in 80-degree weather, it's not a big deal. 110 below temperatures in the Midwest and an outage of power, a lot of people would die. But if there was a massive power outage, a lot of our guests might choose to stay here if they had to go back to, let's say, New York City without electricity. Would they rather be in Myrtle Beach? Probably. So things could get very ugly very fast. I encourage everybody to get your house in order, to seek the truth with all your heart, because it in fact does matter for eternity. One of the reasons why, so now recently I've sent out links and shown videos about LBRY, a blockchain-based AI technology, artificial intelligence technology for showcasing creative content, digital information on the World Wide Web, the cloud, the internet, so we can get the truth out there and show people, and there's a lot of benefits to that. The first channel I subscribed to was Eric Dubay. He was the one that introduced me to this through a video he put out. At first I thought, I'm going to stay where YouTube is. It's where the people are. I'm going to be in every location I can. So when if I get taken down from YouTube, I'll be up on LBRY. All my files are getting synced right now, synchronized. And then when I go ahead and upload to YouTube, it will be synchronized and going over to LBRY, capital LBRY. You can see the links on my page. And just so you know, there are people of very diverse perspectives that I feature on my videos. The ones where I'm talking and describing what I believe are priorities, the need to be born again, and the reality that happened for me just about 5 years ago, coming up on Reformation Day. Even though I did full-time ministry for 11 years, and also we homeschooled our sons, and I volunteered at a mega church, none of that indicated I truly was born again yet. Yeah. Powerful reality to consider. There's a lot of people giving lip service to their belief in God, and they actually don't believe what Scripture says about the creation. God's Word says that He is evident within His creation. The living Word, the great I Am, the Almighty, the Most Holy, the Creator, Yeshua, Yahweh. So some people have a real legalistic approach to their relationship with God, and my righteousness surpasses that of the scribes and Pharisees because it's Christ's righteousness imputed to me, given to me by my unmerited favor because I was conceived in His mind, as well as all my brothers and sisters before the foundation of the world, when our names were put in the Lamb's Book of Life. I think you can pretty much see where the sun is setting there now. So I'm going to back on out, show a bit of the moon approaching this vantage point. All the matte finish on the flat water, very obvious. I was contacted by a surveyor, maybe even watching this video now. He believes we live on a spinning water sphere. Oh well. A lot of people do. Most of humanity does. That doesn't make it true. The tests and measurements I've done largely with the high-powered technology of the P1000, P900. Right over there is where I captured the first time the sun in the midst of the clouds. That's got about 750,000 views conservatively. The reason this matters, short answer, is the truth matters. And then because of my willingness to expose all of this, I believe God put me in the view of a lot of people, because I'm not afraid to live, die, or tell the truth. So it's obvious that the moon looks pretty round now. I've got plenty of video and photos that indicate it's got an irregular shape. It's not a perfect sphere, as best I can tell. And of course there will be people that disagree. People disagree all the time, or I should say often. So in all the years I've been noticing, I've never seen a satellite fly between me and the moon. Just so you know. Any of that supposed satellite footage, as best I can tell with the evidence I've looked at, is computer graphic fakery. You can look at it. Deep fake is technology where they can overlay a person's image onto a computer model and make anybody say anything with their own voice and their own physical features. Computerized. Hard to recognize between reality and that. So one of the reasons why I encourage people to go ahead and hashtag my name and my YouTube channel is I've got a lot of content there, and it spans over all of the social media platforms. So I wanted to get the the spinning ball out. Show you once again. The only place this exists is, well, you can see the plastic globe, obviously. The globe exists in the imagination. I'm not talking about the models and props. These are here, tangible, we can touch them. The Earth is not a globe, though. That's what I'm talking about. It's fixed, it's stationary, it doesn't move. And you can reach out and call me anytime. That'd be just fine. If you want to send me information, data, links for me to look at, you can either do it on Facebook or the or YouTube comments. So the water will do this all day long, and some may say, well, you know, it's not, this isn't a big enough level, but it will level out. We've got a firmament up above the Earth. You can't have a pressurized atmosphere without a container. We've got barometric pressure, right? All of that. The biggest problem with the globe is it's not reality, folks. That's just the way it is. So it'll do this all day long. The spinning water sphere exists only in the imagination. There's up and down, not upside down in relationship to one another. That's why I do this. I want you to know. I want you to know that the globe is not real. If you're an atheist because NASA says we exploded from a celestial cough billions of years ago, just know that they're lying about that. They don't know the temperature of the sun. They're not telling us the actual distance. So they're lying. I ain't buying. Do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating? The movement of the Earth has never been proven because it's not moving. You can't prove something that's not real. You can give what you believe to be evidence for that. Doesn't make it so. I've got a different brand of doing what I do. You may like it or not. Some do. A lot don't. By nature, the truth is divisive. The truth divides. There's the truth, and then there's everything else. A clever deception encompasses quite a bit of truth, actually, just so you know. When I ask Siri, let's do a test. Let's see what Siri says for my elevation. I got multiple answers, different elevations, while my feet were on the same level area. So here we go. Hey Siri, what's my elevation?
It appears you're at 8.62 feet.
So, does this look like I'm at 8.62 feet? No. Now, earlier today, when I was talking to a couple I met at the Coastal Preserve, the answer was 260 feet. With the law of non-contradiction, they can't both be accurate. Technically, they could both be wrong, just so you know. So there you go. This is Robert Forsch with the YouTube channel Truth. Thank you so much for your public and private encouragement, your likes, your shares, your calls, all of that. And feel free to check me out on Library as I make that available. Hashtags are a powerful way right now to get the word out. Thank you so much.